Hi guys, it's me again Angie and welcome to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to answer the inside activities for chapter 11. So let's open my net agad. Chapter 11 is entitled Build a Small Network. So let's view the activities here in course index. So the first activity here is 11.2.1.4 entitled Security Threats and Vulnerabilities. So the instruction here is read the security threats and vulnerability scenarios. Drag each scenario to its corresponding type of security threat. So here are the threat information, identity, data loss, and the disruption of services. So for information threat, is stealing a company's user databases, then sending a virus to reformat a hard drive. No, is stealing scientific research reports. For identity, making illegal online purchases and impersonating someone to obtain credit. For data loss, sending a virus to reformat a hard drive and altering data records. For disruption of service, preventing legal users from accessing data services and overloading a network to keep users out. So you have successfully matched each scenario to its security threat type. So in for part 2, read the security management practices. Drag each management practice to the appropriate security management type. So as you can see, we have hardware, environmental, electrical, and maintenance. So for hardware, use security cameras, um, look up devices, prevent unauthorized access. For environmental, create positive airflow, control access to console ports. For electrical, install UPS systems, install redundant power supplies, and for maintenance, label critical cables and components, and control temperature and humidity. So, control temperature and humidity is under environmental. Control access to console ports is for maintenance. You have successfully matched each security practice to its security management type. Cyber threats. Threats are simply threats referred to cybersecurity, circumstances or events with the potential to cause harm by way of their outcome. A few examples of common threats include a social engineering or phishing attack that leads to an attacker installing a Trojan and stealing a private information from your applications, political activists, DDoSing your website, an administrator accidentally leaving data unprotected on a production system causing a data breach, or a storm flooding your ISP's data center. Vulnerabilities refers to simply the weakness in a system. They make threat outcomes possible and potentially even more dangerous. A system could be exploited through a single vulnerability, for example, a single SQL injection attack could give an attacker full control over sensitive data. An attacker could also chain several exploits together, taking advantage of more than one vulnerability to gain more control. So, let's go back to the course index for the next activity, 11.2.2.5, which is types of attacks. Instructions: determine the types of security attacks described. Drag each security attack type to its scenario. So the security attack scenario is: a computer is used as a print server for ACME Incorporation. The IT staff failed to apply security updates to this computer for over 60 days. Now the print server is operating slowly and sending a high amount of malicious packets to its NIC. So it's a worm attack. Sharon, an IT intern at ACMI Incorporation, noticed some strange packets while revising the security logs generated by the firewall. A handful of IP addresses on the internet were sending malformed packets to several different IP addresses at several different random numbers inside ACME Incorporated. So my answer here is reconnaissance. You have successfully matched each security attack type to its scenario. For this for the part 2, determine the types of security attacks described. Drag each security attack type to its scenario. The first scenario attack is: Jeremiah was browsing the internet from his personal computer when a random website offered a free program to clean his system. After downloading and running the executable, the operating system crashed. Crucial operating system related files had been corrupted, and Jeremiah's computer required a full disk format and operating system reinstallation. So the security attack here is a virus. Then for the second security attack scenario, Ariana found a flash drive laying on the pavement of a mall parking lot. She asked around but couldn't find the owner. She decided to keep it and plugged it to her laptop, only to find a photo folder. Feeling curious, Ariana opened a few photos before formatting the flash drive to her own use. Afterwards, Ariana noticed that her laptop's camera was active. So the security attack here is a Trojan horse. You have successfully matched each security attack type to its scenario. So for the third figure, determine the types of security attacks described. Drag each security attack type to its scenario. The first security attack scenario is Angela, an IT staff member of ACME Incorporation, notices that communication with the company's web server is very low. After investigating, she determines that the cause of the slow response is due to a computer on the internet sending a very large number of malformed web requests to a CME's web server. So the security attack type here is denial of service, or the DOS. The second security attack scenario, George needed to share a video with a coworker. Because of the large size of the video file, he decided to run a simple FTP server on his workstation to serve the video file to his coworker. To make things easier, George created an account with the simple password file and provided it to his coworker on Friday. Without the proper security measures or a strong password, the IT staff wasn't surprised to learn on Monday that George's workstation had been compromised and was trying to upload work-related documents to the internet. So the security attack type here is access. You have successfully matched each security attack type to its scenario. So let's go back to the course index for the next activity. The next activity is 11.3.4.5 show commands. For the instruction, read the show command scenarios. Drag each show command to the field next to the appropriate scenario. So the first show command scenario is, you suspect there is a problem with a current switch configuration. You want to see the saved configuration so that you can compare it to what is currently running. So the show command for this is show startup config. The second command scenario is, you are on a call with the Cisco technical assistance personnel. They ask you for the switch iOS name, RAM and VRAM and flash available. They also ask for the hexadecimal boot location. So the show command here is show version. The third command scenario is, you are running the EIGRP routing protocol and need to know the update intervals and what active interfaces and networks are being advertised by your router. The show command is show IP route. The fourth command scenario is, you cannot get to the internet. You need to find out if your router has a path to the internet and which protocols are being used to provide the paths. So the show command here is show IP protocols. The fifth command scenario is, your network documentation really needs to be updated. A quick listing of the IP addresses of your routers in relation to their MAC addresses would help finish the task for for recording purposes. So the show command for this command scenario is show ARP. Last command scenario is the switch is the closest intermediate device to you. It has 24 ports. You want to see a simple list of the ports being used, their status, and the VLAN IP address of the switch. So the show command for this scenario is show IP int brief. So you have successfully matched each show command to its scenario. So let's go back again to the course index to view the next activity. So the last activity for this chapter is inside activity 11.4.1.4, which is entitled Order the Troubleshooting Steps. Instruction: drag each step to the field next to its appropriate description. So the first step is identify the problem. So we will put step 1 beside it. Then the second step would be establish a theory of probable causes. For the third step, test the theory to determine the cause. Step 4, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. For the fifth step, verify full system functionality and implement preventive measures. And for the last step of troubleshooting, document findings, actions, and outcomes. You have successfully matched each step to its description. So this is the last activity for chapter 11. Thank you for watching and see you on my next video. Bye!